Get off the bike, now.
Why? I'm just going home.
I said get off. Where'd you get this bike?
It's mine. I got it for my birthday.
Huh, okay. Sure. A $2,000 Trek birthday gift?
I have the receipt on my phone. I can
Put that away before I add resisting arrest. Hands behind your back.
In the next 48 hours, his body camera footage would go viral. 12 million people would watch it. His department would face a federal investigation, and his career would become a national example of racial profiling. The 16-year-old kid he just handcuffed was not some random teenager. Isaiah Brooks was an honor student, straighter grades, no trouble ever. But here is the part that really matters. His mother was a paralegal. She worked at one of the best civil rights law firms in the state. They had won millions of dollars in police misconduct cases. And that birthday bike, the family had the receipt, they had photos, they had a birthday card from his grandparents. Officer Porter's body camera was recording everything. Before I continue, let me ask you something. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone in power? Drop your answer in the comments. Officer Porter had no idea who he just put in handcuffs. He had no idea whose son he was dealing with. Isaiah Brooks was 16 years old. He was a junior at Jefferson Academy. This was a special school. Only 12% of students who apply get in. Isaiah had a 4.2 grade point average. He was on the robotics team. They placed third at state. Isaiah had never been in trouble, not once. No fights, no suspensions, no police contact ever. He spent his free time tutoring younger kids in math at the community center. His mother raised him alone. His father died when Isaiah was 9. His grandmother helped while his mother worked and went to school. Now here is the part Officer Porter did not know. His mother was Maria Brooks. She worked at Morrison and Associates. This was one of the most aggressive civil rights law firms in the state. She had been there for 7 years. Her specialty was police misconduct cases. She had worked on 14 settlements. Those settlements totaled over $6 million. The bike was a Trek Marlin 7. It cost $1,899. Isaiah wanted it for 2 years. His mom, grandmother, and grandfather all chipped in for his birthday. On this Tuesday afternoon, Isaiah was just riding his birthday present home. He was 3 blocks from his house. It was broad daylight. This was the neighborhood he lived in his whole life. Officer Ryan Porter had a file. That file told a story the department had been ignoring for years. Porter was 34 years old. He had been a cop for 8 years. For the last 4 years, he worked the East Side District. This was Isaiah's neighborhood. Here is what the file showed. 11 formal complaints in 6 years. 9 of those complaints involved Black or Latino residents. Every single one was ruled unfounded. That means the department said nothing wrong happened. But something was wrong. The pattern was clear. In 2021, Porter stopped a Black postal worker. The man was just delivering packages. Porter called it suspicious activity. No charges. The man filed a complaint. In 2022, Porter accused a Latino father of stealing a car. The man was in a grocery store parking lot. He owned that car for 3 years. Another complaint. In 2023, Porter stopped 2 Black teenagers. They were walking home from basketball practice. Porter said they matched a description, but here is the thing. There was no suspect reported in that area. No crime, no description. He made it up. Internal Affairs flagged Porter for pattern concerns. They recommended monitoring. That was it. No discipline, no consequences. Porter even got an award the year before for community engagement. Let me know in the comments, should officers with this many complaints still be on the street? But this time, Porter picked the wrong kid, on the wrong street, in front of the wrong doorbell camera, and this time, the kid's mother knew exactly how to fight back. It was Tuesday, April 14th. The time was 3:47 in the afternoon. Isaiah was riding down Maple Street. This was a quiet neighborhood on the east side, working-class families, nice homes, kids playing outside. The weather was perfect, 68 degrees, clear sky. School buses had dropped kids off 20 minutes earlier. Neighbors were watering their lawns, walking their dogs, a normal spring day. Isaiah's routine was simple. School ended at 3:15. He rode his bike the 1.2 miles home. Today he stopped at the corner store. He bought a Gatorade. The receipt was timestamped 3:41. His bike was brand new, a Trek Marlin 7, matte black with orange details. It still had the dealer tags on the handlebars. His backpack was in the rear rack. Officer Porter was parked on Maple Street. He was running license plates. He saw Isaiah ride past. Later, Porter would say the bike matched a description from a theft report. But here is the truth. No theft report existed, not for that bike model, not in that district. The department confirmed this in writing. Porter pulled up beside Isaiah. He turned on his lights. He ordered Isaiah to stop. Isaiah stopped right away. He was confused, but he did what he was told. 3 people saw what happened next. Mrs. Dolores Hammond watched from her porch. Mr. Kevin Chen was in his garage across the street, and a Ring doorbell camera on the Patterson house recorded everything. If stories like this matter to you, hit that subscribe button now. Porter got out of his car. He walked toward Isaiah. Get off the bike, now. Isaiah climbed off. He was nervous but polite. What is going on? Did I do something wrong? Where did you get this bike? It is mine. My mom and grandparents got it for my birthday 3 days ago. Porter looked at the bike, then at Isaiah. His face showed doubt. Her $2,000 bike, birthday gift, you got proof. Isaiah reached for his phone. His mom had texted him a picture of the receipt. He wanted to show it. Put that away, Porter said. His voice got harder. You reach for that phone again, and I am adding resisting arrest. Isaiah froze. His hands were shaking. Can I call my mom? She can explain. You can call her from the station. Porter reached for his handcuffs. But I live right there, Isaiah said. He pointed down the street. 3 houses down, that is my house. Then someone there stole this bike. Porter grabbed Isaiah's arm. He spun him around. He pushed him against the patrol car. Isaiah started crying. What did I do wrong? This is my bike, please. Mrs. Hammond called out from her porch. She was 72 years old. She had known the family for 15 years. That is Maria's boy. He lives here. What are you doing? Mr. Chen stopped working in his garage. He pulled out his phone. He started recording. Another neighbor came outside, Sandra Williams. She asked what was happening. Porter did not care. He spoke to the neighbors without looking at them. Step back. This is police business. I have a report of a stolen bike matching this description. That was a lie. No report existed. 10 minutes into the stop, Porter put handcuffs on Isaiah, a 16-year-old honor student, never been in trouble, crying on the side of the road, for writing his own birthday present. Type justice in the comments if you think this was wrong. What Officer Porter did not know was that Isaiah's mother was already on her way home. She was about to arrive with 3 things: the original receipt, 7 years of civil rights experience, and 0 patience for what she was about to see. 20 minutes after the stop, a car turned onto Maple Street. Maria Brooks saw her son. He was in handcuffs, standing beside a police car. Her heart dropped. She parked quickly. She got out. She walked toward the officer. Her face was calm, but her eyes were not. I am his mother. What is happening here? Porter looked at her. He used his official voice. Ma'am, this bike is suspected stolen property. We are holding it for investigation. What evidence do you have that it is stolen? Porter did not answer the question. We received a report. The bike matches the description. Maria stayed calm. She had done this before. She knew how these conversations worked. I have the receipt. I bought this bike 3 days ago at the Trek store on Madison Avenue. She pulled out her phone. She showed him the receipt, $1,899, dated April 11th. I also have the credit card statement. I have a gift card my parents gave him. It says, Happy 16th birthday, enjoy your new bike. I have photos of him with the bike on his birthday. Porter barely looked at the phone. Ma'am, I need to verify this through proper channels. The bike stays here. Maria took a breath, then she changed her approach. Officer, what is your name and badge number? Porter told her. Is your body camera on right now? Yes, sir. Good, I'm a paralegal at Morrison & Associates. We handle civil rights cases. Police misconduct is my area. I have worked on 14 settlements in the past 7 years. I want you to know that I am aware of my rights and my son's rights, and I am documenting everything. Something shifted in Porter's face. He knew that name. Morrison and Associates had won cases against his department before. But he did not release Isaiah, not yet. A tow truck pulled up. Porter had called it earlier. He wanted to take the bike as evidence. The neighbors were still watching, still recording. Mrs. Hammond spoke up again. I have known this family 15 years. That boy has never been in trouble. This is wrong. Mr. Chen held up his phone. I have the whole thing on video. He was polite. He tried to show you proof. You would not let him. Sandra Williams pointed at Porter. I saw you push him against that car. He is a child. Maria started recording on her own phone. She called her office. She spoke into the camera. Today is April 14th. The time is 4:34 p.m. My son Isaiah Brooks was stopped by Officer Ryan Porter on Maple Street. He was handcuffed for riding his own bicycle. I have provided proof of purchase. The officer has refused to release him. Porter's partner had arrived as backup. He heard Maria say the name of her law firm. He walked over to Porter. He whispered something. 15 minutes later, Porter finally took off the handcuffs. He did not apologize. You are free to go, pending investigation. Isaiah ran to his mother. He was still crying. 47 minutes. That is how long he was in handcuffs for riding his own bike. Let me know in the comments, what would you have done if this was your child? By now, Porter was starting to understand. This was not going away, but he had no idea how far it would spread. Maria took Isaiah inside. He could not stop shaking. She took pictures of the red marks on his wrists from the handcuffs. That night, Maria filed a formal complaint with the police department. She sent copies of everything to her boss. The receipt, the photos, the witness names, the body camera request. The department sent a standard response. Your complaint has been received. It will be reviewed by Internal Affairs. Expected time, 60 to 90 days. Maria did not wait. Within 1 week, her law firm got Porter's body camera footage. They used official legal channels. The footage showed everything. Isaiah was polite. He was scared. He tried to show proof. Porter refused to look. Then they compared the footage to Porter's official report. Porter wrote that the subject matched a description of a suspect in a recent bike theft, but there was no theft report. The department confirmed this. No one reported that bike model stolen. Porter made it up. Porter wrote that the subject became verbally aggressive and refused to comply. The body camera showed the opposite. Isaiah said yes sir and no sir. He did everything Porter asked. Porter wrote that the subject reached toward his waistband. Isaiah reached for his phone to show the receipt. The camera clearly showed the phone in his hand. 3 lies, all on video. The department changed its tone. Internal Affairs moved faster. They put Porter on leave. No more patrol, no more stops, desk duty only. Morrison and Associates held a press conference. They showed clips from the body camera. Local news picked it up that night. The East Side community held a vigil outside the police station. Other families came forward. They had similar stories about Porter, the same pattern, the same excuses. The hashtag Justice for Isaiah started trending. If you want to see more stories like this, hit subscribe. We cover cases like this every week. One neighbor had uploaded the Ring doorbell footage to social media. By midnight, the whole country was watching. The video spread fast. By 6 p.m. Tuesday, the Ring footage was on Twitter. By 8 p.m., it had 50,000 views. Local news was sharing it. By 10 p.m., Mr. Chen's phone video showed up. Now people could see it from 2 angles. By midnight, the videos had over 2 million views combined. By Wednesday morning, national news picked it up. CNN, MSNBC, Fox, everyone was talking about Isaiah Brooks. By Friday, 12 million people had watched. The hashtag Justice for Isaiah was trending across the country. The comments showed how people felt. One person wrote, he was riding his own bike. His birthday present, while being black, that was his crime. That comment got 94,000 likes. Another wrote, that officer decided he was guilty the second he saw him. The receipt did not matter. The witnesses did not matter. Nothing mattered except the color of his skin, 78,000 likes. Another wrote, Maria Brooks is exactly the mother every kid deserves. Calm, prepared, ready to fight, 112,000 likes. Civil rights leaders spoke out, lawyers commented, public figures demanded answers. The police union put out a statement. They said Porter followed procedure. People were furious. The union went quiet after that. Porter tried to stay off social media. It did not work. His name and face were everywhere. This story was shared millions of times. Share it if you think others should see it too. 3 days later, the Brooks family made a decision. They filed a federal lawsuit, and everything changed. The lawsuit was filed in federal court. The plaintiffs were Isaiah Brooks and his mother Maria. The defendants were Officer Ryan Porter and the city. The claims were serious: false arrest, unlawful detention, violation of Fourth Amendment rights. That means the right to be free from unreasonable searches, violation of 14th Amendment rights. That means equal protection under the law, and emotional distress. During discovery, more came out. Discovery is when both sides share evidence before trial. Porter's full complaint history was released. 11 complaints. 9 involved Black or Latino people. The department knew about the pattern. They recommended monitoring. Then they did nothing. Training records showed Porter missed 2 required classes on bias. Other families came forward. 3 more joined the case. Same officer, same behavior, same excuses. A doctor examined Isaiah. The results were hard to hear. Isaiah had anxiety. He was afraid to ride his bike outside. His grades dropped. He needed therapy every week. Wait until you hear what happened next. The city wanted to settle. They did not want a trial. They did not want more news coverage. 18 months after the stop, they reached an agreement. Here is what Isaiah got: $650,000 for emotional distress, therapy, and harm to his education, $150,000 in extra damages, $90,000 for lawyer fees and costs. The total settlement was $890,000. And what happened to Officer Porter? He got a 30-day suspension without pay. He had to take classes on bias and calming situations. A note went in his file forever. He was moved to a desk job, no more patrol. But he was not charged with a crime. The prosecutor said there was not enough proof that Porter meant to break the law. The city also had to make changes. New rules said a supervisor must review any stop involving a minor. Officers needed more training on bias. A community board got more power to review complaints. Maria Brooks spoke after the settlement. No amount of money gives my son back the feeling of safety he had before that day, but this sends a message. There are consequences. The money was important, but the story was not over. Isaiah had something to say. After the settlement, Isaiah stood at a press conference. His mother was beside him. He held a piece of paper. His hands were steady now. I used to love riding my bike. It was freedom. Now when I see a police car, my heart races. I think about that day. I think about the handcuffs. I was 16 years old, 3 blocks from my house, and I was treated like a criminal for riding my own birthday present. He paused, then he continued. I did everything right. I stopped when he told me to stop. I was polite. I tried to show him proof. None of it mattered. He had already decided what I was. Isaiah looked at the cameras. If this happened to me, a kid with good grades, no record, a mom who knows the law, what happens to kids who do not have that? Kids who do not have receipts, kids who do not have witnesses, kids who do not have a mom who can fight back. His voice got stronger. I do not want Officer Porter to lose his job. I want him to understand why what he did was wrong. I want every officer to think twice before they assume the worst about someone because of how they look. He folded the paper. I am not angry anymore. I am determined, because this should not happen to anyone. And if telling my story stops it from happening to one other kid, then something good came from the worst day of my life. The room was silent, then the applause started. Isaiah's case showed a bigger problem. Studies prove Black teenagers are 2.5 times more likely to be arrested than white teenagers. Black drivers get pulled over 20% more often, and 67% of complaints against police lead to no punishment. Isaiah had advantages most kids do not have. He had proof, he had witnesses, he had a mother who knew the system. Most stops like this never make the news. Most families cannot afford lawyers. Most cases disappear. This was not just about one officer. It was about a system that lets this happen again and again. So let me ask you, do we actually want police to be held responsible, or do we just want to be angry for a week and then forget? Do we accept that an officer with 11 complaints stays on the job until he hurts a child whose mom happens to be a civil rights expert? Do we believe a 16-year-old honor student should have to prove he deserves to ride his own bike in his own neighborhood? Because if we do not fix the systems that protected Officer Porter for 6 years, if we do not address the bias that made Isaiah a suspect before he said one word, then we are just waiting for the next Officer Porter, the next Isaiah Brooks, the next video that makes us mad for a few days before we move on. Comment below if you think officers with multiple complaints should face real consequences. If you believe stories like this matter, hit that subscribe button. We are going to keep covering these cases. We are going to keep following the money and the patterns. We are going to keep demanding better. This is not just about one officer in one city who stopped one kid on one bike. It is about all of us and the system we are willing to accept. See you in the next one.